Hey everybody, Bob Trade Genius. This will be posted Sunday morning, 4/24, 2022. And what I want to talk about is I've been giving context here on this move coming down. We may have another day or two in it. We're likely to get another bounce, maybe coming out of the Fed, maybe even this week, and then we will eventually we'll roll back over again because it sure looks like we're going to head into some sort of recession in one way, shape, or form. And I wanted to kind of share with you some of the stocks that are extremely overvalued. We're going to look at price to sales ratios, and and I did a filter here, so I'm going to talk through the stock. So if you're listening, you can reference this when you get back to your office. And if you're listening on Spotify, you can go to Trade Genius on YouTube and you can actually see the chart. So I encourage you to do both, and you'll get a good sense of what we're trying to show you here. So my conditions on this, I looked at the high cap 1000, and then I put a couple conditions on here. I want to make sure they're optionable because we want to write puts on them if we can. Okay, the volume needs to be in the top 75 percentile. I don't want to chase liquid companies. Okay, the price is again in the top half of the range. Price to sales ratio is basically the top the top 75 in terms of price sales ratio. You can make it tighter if you don't want it as many. If you have telecharts, really good tools. So that's what I use. So it gave me enough names. So here's a list out of the high cap 1000. 430 of them met my criteria. And what I'm most interested in is these price sales ratios that are, basically greater than 30 are most interesting to me. And I'm going to flip back and forth between this chart and the other chart. So bear with me, but I'm going to read these out loud. Names that you need to put on your list and you need to be in position to short them. And then for those who are subscribers to Trade Genius, I'm going to show you what alerts to use to take advantage of these, because I cannot chase all these for you guys. I look to try to throw one or two trades out there a day. That's tickling my fancy, but I want to put you guys in control because you have access to the same thing that I do. And I'm going to talk a little bit about a modification to the settings that with this high vol environment that you'll be able to catch these moves more quickly. So with that being said, I'm going to ignore Rivian, but Rivion's one that you keep an eye on is RIVN. I'm not going to explain why they're on there. I don't care. I don't even care what they do. I just care what the chart does. The other one is LBRDK, Liberty Broadband. The next one is Snow, SNOW, Net, Bill, and DDOG are all in the same space, the cloud space. They're all way overhyped, huge price to sales, and they're down a lot already, and they're still extremely overvalued. And then we have DLO. I'm not sure what they do. Let's click on it. Okay, Dilocal. We have ZS, which is Zscaler. We have Confluent, CFLT. We have TTD, the Trade Desk. We have Unity Software. We have Zoom Info Technologies, 10x Genomics. And if you notice the charts, if you're peeking over on the side here, they're all either double bottoming or they've made new lows from the bottom. So look for extensions down. Our good friend Plug Power. Alsatian Corporation, and I'll stop there. And that's TEAM, PLUG, TXG. Okay. This is our good friend Roblox, RBLX. They're going to report next week. The problem with these guys, they're so washed out that they may bounce on it, but we're looking to short the next bounce. So now that you have my list here, let's go over to TradingView, and this is one way to look at the different stocks here. I just happen to have Liberty Broadband Corporation up. I like to look at these on a daily chart. Vols high, you can go down and try to do a 2 hour, even a 15-minute, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. I like being in these put trades a little bit longer, maybe a week or two, because when they really roll over, they really roll over. And I just wanted to give you guys some insight as to basically how to set up your charts. So those who aren't subscribers, we basically have what's called a range trader, just telling us if you're in buy the dip mode or sell the rip mode. We also have what's called trend bands, to basically looking at momentum. We have the 21-day moving average. I'm not 21-day moving VWAP, kind of a bull bear line, and at the bottom we have heat. Okay, so two changes you want to make if you want to is you can set your trend band, slow trend band on your profit ribbon and set it to 8. And you can write your alerts on that when it flips from long to short. You also want to look at maybe setting alerts when it crosses down below the 21-day moving VWAP. This works in reverse, but today I'm talking about things that are overvalued that you can short. And then the heat, because, sorry, my dogs are barking, because volatility is so wild right now, is I moved the heat down from 8 to 5. And so you see those magenta areas and those blue areas, that's overbought and oversold. So you're looking for confluence. Hey, colors changing, trend band colors changing. We're dropping through moving VWAP. You may even get trade ripper buys and sells. Anyway, it sets the trade up, and you can see you wouldn't be caught short on this move down. It's been struggling. You got a trade ripper buy, but you could have been in this trade for like Liberty. You could have been in it a week already before it dumped. Okay, so that's just giving you a perspective on that. We use our range trader, and when it's green underneath, if you're looking to buy that dip if it hits it. If it's on top, you're looking to short that, and or get out of a trade you went long on if you're trying to counter trend trade it. So just gives you perspective. Does it break out through it? Of course. Does it break down through it? Of course. Then you're just getting out of the trade because it's trending versus consolidating. And most of the time, the market likes to consolidate. It doesn't like to trend, even though it may be trending macro, but on a micro standpoint, it'll turn back and it consolidates before it'll take its next move higher. So with that in mind, so you just go ahead and you can scroll and set your focus list up on that high price to sales. I'll be doing that this weekend, and so I'll be tracking these pretty closely. Right now with the PE, with the put call ratio at 130, do not short into the hole, even though it might look tempting on Monday, because we're close to some sort of bounce, and then you have your chance to short it again. So like looking at snow, you see where snow gives you a chance. I mean, look, you could have been in snow in the beginning of April at 225. It's at 173. 10 contracts, that's $30,000. I'm in and out of snow on a faster time frame, but you get my point here. D-Dog, look at D-Dog, 150 to 118. And they're going to bounce again. Look at these moves. I mean, these are $50, $60 moves. So we're going to get bounces. We short the bounces, okay? And what we can do, what you should do, because these moves are so extended, is that you may want to go down from a daily chart to a 2-hour chart to look for the failure, because it may just push right up into resistance and fall away. And this will give you a kind of a faster look versus trying to interpret heat, saying did it go from red to blue, yada, yada, yada. So these are kind of things you want to think about. Here's Rivian, RIVN. I mean, look at that. It's just dying. It's simply dying. And so, but it's not, just those guys falling, but these are the ones that are going to die when it happens. So just go ahead and get that list together, put it in your filter, check it every 2 hours during the trading day. You get a sell signal on the 2 hour on these, then you're probably in good shape to take it after a good bounce. So let it bounce first before you try to short into these holes. All right. Just thought I'd share that with you guys. Thanks for listening, and good luck next week. It should be proved to be wild. Bye bye.